Hey guys, hello, how is everything? Hello, today I'm going to show you how the Yoruba people took their children around on their backs, especially because there was like no means of transportation that could accommodate the children being on their own, especially as we have now. There were pretty much no cars, I mean in the earliest periods, so only horses, and it only belonged to rich people. So if you were going to the farm, if you were going to a meeting, if you were going to make your hair out, something like that, and you would have to go a distance because you cannot leave your baby on the mat. The mat is called any. If you do not have any other adult that would monitor the child, you would definitely have to take your child along. So I was thinking, during the times of the Orishas, Oshun and Oya, I'm not sure who Oya's child was, but I know the Bejis were Oshun's children before she turned them out. So I was wondering how they were able to put the children on their backs since they made their clothing from leaves. So this might not be the earliest Yoruba method, not dating back to the time of the gods, but this method is pretty old, pretty old, and it also came from the earliest periods, but not, I don't think, from the time of the Orishas. So I'm just going to show you. So first, the first thing you need to put the baby on the back will pretty much be the hero. The hero is usually like a big piece of clothing that the women used. It was like the most essential piece of clothing for strapping the babies on the backs. But yeah, and the heroes were not usually bought separately or anything. The women usually went around with the hero. It was an essential piece of clothing for tying around the waist to, of course, cover the naked areas of the body, at least the ones that were supposed to be eaten. So the women had already had these heroes as part of their clothing, so they didn't really have to buy. And then the oja. This oja is pretty generational. I guess my grandmother gave it to my mother, and then my mother kept it for me. It's usually a thick piece of clothing that looks just like this, and this is necessary or unnecessary, but I know that back in the day there used to be pretty good sun, which really helped the soils, the crops germinate and grow, and so there was lots of food. So I guess that there might have been hot scorching sun at times. So usually the women would have another piece of clothing that was usually white. This isn't white, so, but just imagine it is white, that they would put around their necks, and then it will be on the baby's face to cover the baby from the sun. So I'm just going to do a quick practical, since I do not have a child yet, unfortunately, and there's no one who is willing to give your child to me for the practical. I will use this doll instead. So first of all, you have to put the hero has to be put around the waist like this, just in case you don't have any help and you're alone with the baby. So the baby will be placed towards the upper back this way, and then the wrapper will be placed over the child. Not sure if so this was the first step. When you place the child, when you put the wrapper on your hips, you place the child on the upper part of your back, and then you bring the wrapper up and cover the baby's the baby with it this way, and so the baby's head will show. Now this style I have done is very effective for making the child sleep, because as we can see, this child's hands are not out. So for extra support, because it is very bad for a child to fall off the back of a Yoruba woman. Why? Because the oja is very essential for extra support. So the oja will be put around the baby's hips this way, and then like this. I don't know if you can see. Then this baby is so small, not a good baby for practical. Anyway, so you make a knot this way. Just to make sure that the baby is tightly secured. And the piece of clothing that I talked about. So if there's no one at home and the woman has to go out and sell her stuff, if she's a hawker, and she could not place the baby on the straw mat, which is like one of the earliest types of mattresses in quotes for sleeping, she would put the baby on her back and cover the baby with a white piece of clothing. For those that know about colors and intrusion, I guess the sunlight won't be able to penetrate through the white clothing, so the baby will be cool, safe and secure from the sun. So this will cover the baby's face pretty well. So that is pretty much it. I can go on and on about how important it is that women, carry their babies around on their backs, especially Yoruba women. It has many benefits that nobody will talk about. And first, I've mentioned the sense of touch, but it also brings comfort. The baby can see other things and good things, not like now when the world is polluted. And if you put a baby on your back and you go around on the streets on some places, the baby will definitely learn something evil. But if you put the baby around your back and you're walking around the village, I'm referring to those days now, and the baby saw that, okay, a woman knelt down to greet an elder, or a woman said thank you when she received something, you might not know that the baby is learning the culture, even as young as the baby is, but the baby is actually learning. So That's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Oh no,